Hello, Devon Wolf, Mystical Drumming from mysticaldrumming.com. Going slow. There is something universal, common denominator across the board about drummers. They want to go faster. When learning anything, if you look at it as a process, it becomes much easier. If I said to you, assuming you're not a mountain climber, if I said to you, can we climb one of the highest mountains in the world, assuming you're not disabled in some really horrible way, which by the way, if you are, I was as well, and I dealt with it. And yes, one can be in what seemingly is a horrible situation, but still have reasonable peace, if not complete peace. It's possible. And say it's easy. I'm not making light of what you're going through if you are, or anyone else that you love, or anyone you know. I was at maximum disability, maximum pain, maximum discomfort, maximum everything, and I was brought to my deathbed. So I am with you with that. I have total empathy because I was there. Okay, so if I said to you, could you climb a mountain, assuming that you're relatively normal, meaning normal in the sense of neutral word, not meaning, you know, if you're not normal, you're bad. Could you climb one of the largest mountains in the world tomorrow? Probably not. In fact, unless you've been training, the answer is no. You would die. However, can we climb a mountain, let's say, in 2 years, if we together went and got proper training, got in proper physical condition, which would be a lot of work, learn how to use the ropes and the spikes and all the equipment that needs to be used, the expertise and technology and information and all that. Could we do it in, let's say, 2 years, if we train really hard? Yeah, it's highly likely. Okay. What about if you were 80 years old? Probably still, yeah. Okay, so how did we get there to the point where we could climb the mountain? We trained one step at a time, one day at a time. The 12-step program, right? One day at a time. We don't do things generally snap. Can you learn a language overnight? Unless you're some kind of superhuman being, no. You have to do it a little bit per day. So the first day, if you were learning Italian, whatever, you would learn, my name is, and you would say it in Italian, or something like that, right? And then if you kept going, a couple of years later, if you studied every day for 2 years, you would be rocking and rolling in Italian, you know, probably pretty much fluent, I would assume. If you did it every day for like an hour a day, in 2 years or so, you would have it pretty much down, okay? Well, it's the same thing with learning any language, or an instrument, which is what we're doing here, right? So either we're just learning to play drums, or intermediate or advanced, and by the way, wherever you are is fine. It doesn't make you better if you're an advanced player. If you're watching this and you're one of the big boys of the world, you know, you're one of the well-known drummers, you know, great. Kudos for putting that much time in. It doesn't make you better than the guy who's just started. And if you're just a starting guy, or however old you are, 6 years old or 60, whatever, you also are not less worthful than somebody who is a well-known, famous drummer or something like that. Your worth is not determined by how well you play the drums, okay? Or anything else. Your worth comes from God, or change the word God into whatever you want if you don't believe in that word God. And that's fine. I'm just going to use the word God. So your worth comes from God, and it doesn't change by what you do or do not do. So if we do things one step at a time, right, we can do just about anything. We can improve anything in our lives. So we can climb that mountain first if we train, get ready, and then if we take it, that mountain itself, using my stick as an analogy, or you know, a picture, whatever, we climb the mountain. We don't go from the base to the top. If you stand at the mountain, we train for 2 years. So I bring you to the base of the mountain. We look up. And you say, whoa, I can't climb that mountain, that's crazy, man, look at that, that's insane. It is. And you're right, you cannot climb that mountain. You can, however, climb from here to here. Make camp, make some coffee, whatever. We chat, you know, about women and life, whatever, you know, whatever it may be. We go to sleep, okay? And then we wake up in the morning, make coffee and our, I don't know, instant food, whatever these guys have. I don't know, climb, I have no idea. And then we go as far as we can the next day. And we, again, rest, okay? And then, etc. It goes on and on and on. You want to build a new business. You want to build anything in life. You want to be a better partner if you're in relationships, whether you have a partner or not. You want to be a better partner, become a better person. You want to, you know, stop being an alcoholic or improve your skills and whatever it may be, or your job, career, whatever. It's all the same stuff. It's doing it a little bit at a time, right? So when playing and learning these techniques as we're moving along, they're going to get more and more complicated. If you take mystical drumming, this stuff seriously, it's going to get to the point where right at the beginning level it would seem hairy, but it's not. It's about taking, it's like the kindergartner who, first grade or whatever, who would go into a PhD level course, and of course it's like the kid, which is a human being, the small human is not going to understand, or the first day college student who was to, you know, leap into an advanced PhD program for one day, it would be overwhelming. It would be impossible probably, because they haven't acquired the skills and tools yet. There's no problems, there's simply a lack of skills and tools, right? Pretty much everything. So with drums, it's the same thing. Okay, so you just build up. I've been doing this for 40 years. I got stopped heavily by being put on my deathbed. However, I've come back and I'm now launching myself into the professional drum world again. Okay, I was stopped at about 20 years old, and about 25. I'm sorry, 25 years old, and it was a slow progression out and slow progression back in. But now I'm ready. Okay, so anyway, it's about taking steps. When learning new things on the drums, you go as slow as you need to go. So let's say there's a pattern that I'm showing you, whatever it may be, fill, groove, whatever. And you say, whoa, that's hairy, you know, complicated. No, it's not complicated. If you slow it down, almost everything, okay, anything in life, slow it down, so to speak, figuratively or literally speaking, it's not that complicated. Nothing is complicated. So you slow it down to whatever speed you need to make your body and mind understand, get it, and learn it, and then you speed it up. Okay? The mystical drumming format is 70% of the time you do it to the metronome. If you need to do it 1 beat per minute, that's fine. Then you pick it up, but you do play it to the metronome 70% of the time. 30% not, because you don't want to become metronome like a crutch. Okay, you want to be able to use it to burn time in your system, because our primary job as drummers is to keep time. So you want to have time burnt into your system. 30% of the time you want to use that clock inside, the internal clock, to play. Okay, so 70% of the time to the metronome, 30% not. That should be the general rule of thumb. That's mystical drumming's concept, and it works. Okay, so slow down. And everything in life, slow down. Yes, life is limited, meaning we have a limited amount of days to live. However, if you try to live fast, you actually will live less, okay? You know, stop and smell the roses. These cliches last for thousands and thousands of years or whatever, because they are generally true. Don't cry over spilt milk. Have you ever really thought about that, what that means? It's not just about milk, right? Because somebody, first time probably happened, dropped milk, and somebody else said, while the person was crying about it or complaining, said, well, it's spilt. Is complaining about it going to change anything? No, it's spilt. clean it up, get more milk or whatever, okay? Complaining, worrying, being upset about something that happened, think about it just for a second, is completely insane. There's nothing to be upset about. It happened. Now we're humans, we're going to have emotions. Okay, fine. We don't have to stay wallowing in them, however. I think Buddha said something along the lines of, pain is inevitable, suffering is optional. What a brilliant statement. Brilliant in the sense that it is true. It's a truism. There's truth in it. We don't have to stay stuck in anything. Now, you know, if we live long enough, people are going to die, for instance. Probably the ultimate challenge we're going to go through. Yeah, it's going to hurt. And you've gone through that already, maybe. And if you haven't, well, brace yourself, because it sucks. It's going to hurt. Okay, so yeah, as you see though, most people, overwhelming majority, 99% or so, whatever, get through it. People, their parents die. It's unbelievable, like our parents die, but we get through it, right? Grandparents die, you know, aunts, uncles, brothers, sisters, you know, if you live long enough, everybody's going to die on you, okay? You'll get through it, and just like people will get through your death when you die, okay? So, go slow, learn these things slowly, go as slow as you need to learn, and then pick up speed when you're doing anything like this, okay? So, slow down here, you know, in drums, slow down in life, just slow down. You'll find that the irony is that you'll get much more done on the drums and in life if you slow down. So, slow down. Okay. MysticalDrumming.com. Visit, newsletter, join here, subscribe, hit the like button if you like what's going on. Make comments if you wish. Yeah, sure. And there's a great system called Mystical Drumming on MysticalDrumming.com that teaches you a lot about this stuff I'm talking about, also the philosophies, ancient wisdom, the martial arts of the drums, this kind of like mystical conceptualization that's incorporated into the drumming, and by tapping into the infinite power of our mind. It's really cool, and will make you a drummer beyond your current beliefs. You think you can't even imagine. It's beyond what you can conceive right now. So wherever you are, whether you're a beginner, intermediate, or advanced, you can go through the ceiling where there is no ceiling. Okay, it's really cool to tap into the mind and use the martial arts system to learn how to do this. It's just really beautiful thing. Okay, so okay, thanks for watching. Ciao.